All right, y'all, this will be tying into the 3 heads and the ivermectin and the quinine and the thing that the people took or whatever. So this is all tying into that, the worm that dies not. The worm that dies not. Okay, the dice is that dice game that everybody's playing with their own life. And as the Antichrist is coming upon the earth and moving the spirit of men, the people who have been blinded and darkened, they, by the light per se, they're in the light so much, they're in the right so much, they're in the church so much that they can't see what's going on. And they haven't searched for that truth. They haven't searched for that oil, for that light that's given for the 2020 visions and stuff when those trumpets sounded, okay? So the ivermectin is connecting us to that dewormer, and we see that the people are going to the vet now for the dog cancer treatments or whatever, the dog dewormer stuff, and it helps with their cancer. So this is just tying in and showing y'all how man is going into like the beast again, okay? So the signs are all around you, okay? So they're going to be a point in this time when the people flip out and they're going to get off technology, and this is part of their temple breaking and whatever else, because they're destroying the new temple and they're building up their old temple and all these other things, because they had, man, y'all, it's just multifaceted, but it's all designed so y'all can't see, so you don't understand. That's why the light has to be given, so the elect are not given into the delusion, because it says, if it were possible, even the elect would be deceived, okay? Now, I don't know if I'm the elect, but I know that I'm not in delusion, and I know I can add together 10,000 points of light, and I assume I'm the elect because I was given 3 nights of dreams that basically illuminated my head, and life has been ever changing since. And the past 3 years since that was given, the knowledge and the things that I have and able to connect and whatever, it was never there before. Okay? Man, y'all, the ivermectin, the dewormer, or the quinine, and the hospital, all these things are going to be mirrored off in different segments, okay? So you got like the truth social, all right? And then you have X app going on to that one, all right? That's the first one, okay? And then the Bud Light and stuff, I assume that's a split off between the quinine and the ivermectin heads, but the Bud Light is connected to one of the deadly head wounds on the beast, all right? And then this is part of that Bill Gates bet. He's betting on Bud Light, and he just bought the shares or whatever. So he's basically saying that Bud Light is going to be making a comeback. All right, just that the beast head is going to repair. And as it repairs itself and all these things, this is part of the delusion, because it's showing how man just goes and boycotts, doesn't boycotts, does this, that, or whatever the noose is telling them. And that noose has you around the neck, and it controls your vocal cords. And the vocal cords are part of those pipes where Lucifer's cast down into and such. And we're that light. So we either have the light to let men do whatever they want, or we have the light to not let men do whatever they want, okay? Basically, when it comes down to things, is we are man, we are the living God, the darkness, okay? And we have an ability to create light for people. We have an ability to create darkness for people. When we encourage people, when we love people, when we, and loving doesn't mean necessarily supporting sometimes, okay? Sometimes if you don't support something, you don't necessarily need to speak about it. You just don't need to go around that person, okay? Or go around that person when they're doing those things, okay? This is part of that grievous sin of Sodom and Gomorrah. They're grieving what they're doing. They're grieving what the person in front of them's doing. They're trying to control everything, all these things, okay? There's a point in time to control things, but we can't control every little nit and tidbitty thing of every person's lives. And this is where we need to realize that we are the bodies and members of that living God, and we are all doing the same things, okay? Some of us do it in the head, some of us do it in the body, but we are all doing the same things, okay? We all watch the same things. We're all fed the same type of inputs, okay? It's just a matter of what you do with it, all right? And some of us have those daydreams where we're doing this, that, or whatever, okay? You are really going on and doing those things, all right? So this is what Jesus was telling the Jew, and that's why Paul had to come in and take what Jesus said, and he had to twist it and make his own gospel, because Jesus was coming in to the outward Jew, and he was confronting them in their mind. So Paul had to come in and take what Jesus did and convert it and change the gospel and all these other things, okay? So multiple layers going on here with the church and Paul and Moses and Jesus and stuff, and everybody just takes it as one big fat law book, and it's a storybook of the Jew law, Jew history, the prophets, and Jesus going against the Jews. And then at the very end, Revelation, it's Jesus there telling you about the synagogue of Satan. Who's the Jew? Who's the ones who are seeking salvation? Because they need they need God. They've already gone into the darkness. They've gone into that pit of hell, the hospital. And you came out perfect. And Satan came in, the Antichrist against man. The parents came in as God of their children, and they cast judgment on them based on darkness. Because there was darkness upon the deep. And the deep is in your mind. And you haven't studied. You haven't gone and got oil for light. And this world just controls you. Man just controls you. Your mom, your dad, they just control you. Your grandma, your granddad, they just control you. Your boss, he just controls you. Your doctor, he controls you. Come in. You're 50. I need to ass prod you. Oh, okay. Sounds good. What time? Huh. Oh, I need to drink this too. Shall I shit my brains out for 24 hours beforehand? Sounds good. I guess it's preparing me for the crapture that's coming, because I'm going to be shitting all over work and everything else. And then we're going to shut down. We're going to have to wear gloves and get rid of cash, and the fecal matter's everywhere. And, you know, if cocaine is on so many bills, just imagine the fecal. Okay? So all this shit about germs or whatever, it's all garbage. You're all being done with frequencies, and the frequencies is that free shit you went and got from the hospital when it opened up, the free healthcare. Okay? So judgment's been placed. The Antichrist, he's out walking around everywhere. And that's why you need to leave. That's why you need to flee, because all these things are coming to fruit. And the people that, they don't even know what they believe anymore. They've forsaken the foundations. They don't have they don't even have the first 3 simple foundations. Okay? You just got to know what repent means. And that gets rid of all today's church and whatever they're trying to do with the people. Turn, turn, turn. Turn, turn, turn. I'm not no fucking record, people. Just play me like music. That's what they want to do. They just want you to turn around in life, circle around in life, so they keep you in that circle. They keep you in that circle. They keep you in that pen. They keep you in that pen. They keep you in that market. They keep you in that market. They keep you bound up. One after another. You want to be a free animal and walk through life. You want to be the son of the living, not the son of the dead. The son of the dead are the ones that are forced to be naked in the garden doing work. Y'all got to wake up. Everything is put to you in a lie. It's so simple. There's few that find it. Jesus is a positive light. He lets men do whatever they want to do. He lets them figure out wisdom on their own. Okay? It's up to Jesus to listen to other men if he wants to listen to their wisdom. Satan wants to control man. Satan wants to persecute man if he doesn't do what you say or whatever. So this is where man is coming in and getting upset. Your family, whoever's, your world, your work, whoever. Okay? That's why Jesus says just to let them be. They don't even know they're beasts. They don't know what they're doing. That's also why you got to get out. These people don't know what the hell they're going to be doing. There's going to be people killing their husbands and wives at night. There's going to be people killing their dogs, cats, whatever. Okay? Because y'all are all doing these things. You're lying with the beast. Beasts are giving you things. They're going to tell y'all are getting things from your animals and whatever else. And you already got it from the bat. And man's best friend is dog. So Jesus has to take away man's best friend. And dog is what? God backwards. The reflection. So as Jesus is coming upon the earth, he wants to be man's best friend. Jesus wants to be man's best friend. And Jesus is the single body of Christ being gathered up. This is where you have the AI gathering up all men. And it's a smart meter. And that smart meter is keeping track. Jesus is keeping track who's smart and who's not. And the worm dies not. No smart meter. The ivermectin, the dewormer, the dog cancer, or the dog dewormer for cancer. Okay? You just got to change what you're fucking eating. You got to change what you're drinking. You got to get control of your belly, where the serpent has been cast down to. Serpents are these little microorganisms and shit in another way. Okay? There's layer upon layer in the Bible. The serpent is also Eve saying, I'm not going to listen to that man. But these little worms that die not, the microorganisms, they make up you. You're a living soil system. Okay? And that TV tills your ground. Or you can go out and it tells your ground, right? It tells you how to live. Or you can go out and live on your own. You can be a wild animal and live your life the way you want to live. But the sheep will be scared of you because they're so confined in their thing and they're kept up under their artificial lights. They have their hay fed and all this other shit, and they don't understand that sheeps are all skittish animals, so they just freak out real easy. So it doesn't matter if you've been raising them your whole life or whatever, they're going to run from you for the most part. Okay? But these sheep, they're just skittish. So they run from wolves, they run from bears, they run from other wildlife, deer or whatever out there or whatever, until they realize that it's safe or whatever. So all these things are just little clues for you, because we can calculate the beast and calculate men, because God is spirit, God is light. We are all spirit, we are all light. Everything around you is spirit and light. So everything stacks upon, everything is light, and everything is connected, and we're all part of this living light organism, projection, hologram, whatever the hell you want to call it. Okay, but that's how everything's connected, and that's how the mycorrhiza and all this stuff connects all over the earth, and we're connected to that mycorrhiza. We came from that fungi, you know what I mean? And then that fungi, it looks like the THC molecule, and all these things are there to tell us about that. And we also look like a fungi with the mushroom heads and all this other stuff. But either way, it's just, I'm not saying we came from mushrooms, people. You got to think a little bit. I'm saying like because everything's built in a layered light, like 3D printing. So with that, you have different prints. So the mycorrhiza would be like a building block of the fungi. The fungi would be a building block of us. And since we can eat the fungus, that fungus we would eat into our living soil system, our gut, and then it would start spreading mycorrhizas and things like that. And that's how, like, the psilocybin, if you did those earlier back in the day when the millennials started, you probably have psilocybin coming in. You can the sun coming in, and you have the microorganisms to see these things or whatever, because all these things brought to us as so-called drugs, they either open or close pathways. And a lot of the dark drugs, the black market, they open up things. The over-the-counter, you can't calculate. They've closed things. So different things going on with your biodome, the bi-crown dome.